Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. In this video, I will be discussing Infosys interview experience. I will be discussing SES interview experience, or you can say DSC interview experience of Infosys. Guys, this is fifth experience that I am sharing on my channel. 1 to 4 experience are already uploaded on my channel. The links of the video will be given in the description box. So guys, make sure that after watching this video, you watch that videos also, so that you can get to know the level of the questions which are getting asked in Infosys. Guys, if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe it as well as join my Telegram group also. I post regular updates on different companies which are hiring as well as the questions which are getting asked in them. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so the date of the interview was 10th July 2021. The branch of my friend was CSC. The duration of interview was 40 minutes. Okay, so the first question that was asked, as you all know, will be tell me about yourself. Guys, please make sure that you only mention the skills that you are comfortable with in answering. Do not mention any skills in which you cannot answer and you are not comfortable in. If you are only comfortable with one skill, please mention only one skill in this particular tell me about yourself, because questions can be asked from that particular skill which you mentioned here. So I hope this thing is clear to you. Now the next thing is tell me your best project you have done. Guys, in any interview, whether it is Infosys, TCS or any other company, questions will be asked from the project that you have mentioned in resume. So make sure that you prepare your project very good. You simply explain what does your project do, what are the technology stacks that are used in your project, and what are the challenges you have faced, how you overcome those challenges, what is the future scope of your project. So all these questions are very basic questions and very commonly asked questions on a project. So I hope that you prepare these questions for every project you have mentioned in the resume. Now next question was based on DBMS, that is what are views. So guys, this is an article on Geeks for Geeks where you can study in depth about the views. I will try to give this link in the description box. You can go visit the link from here. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now the next question was again on DBMs only, what are stored procedures and how they are different from functions. Okay, so the difference here is functions can have only input parameters for it, whereas procedures can have input or output parameters. So guys, many of you know coding and you declare functions. In functions, we pass input parameters that are used in the function. But how stored procedures are different. In stored procedures, there are input parameters also as well as output parameters also. So I hope this difference is clear to you. Next, functions can be called from procedures, whereas procedures cannot be called from a function. So guys, whenever you declare a stored procedure, so from that within the stored procedure, you can call the functions. But whenever you declare a function from inside the function, you cannot call any procedure. So I hope this difference is also clear to you. So whenever a difference is asked in an interview, please make sure that you give at least 2 points of difference in it. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next question was to write a SQL query to find second highest marks in student table. Guys, this is an SES interview. The package they are offering is 5 LPA. I have told you in the earlier videos also that SQL queries can be made to write from you. So I hope you have good command on SQL things. Now this is the SQL query to find the second highest marks in student table. For your reference, I have given this particular query. You can simply take a screenshot and understand it. Okay. Next question was write a code to print pyramid pattern. So guys, this is a pyramid pattern. Guys, I have I have got to know many people from whom this question is asked. The pyramids question is asked. See, pattern may be different, like there is 1 to 1, there can be stars all around. So the pattern may be different, but there will be pyramid pattern question which is most commonly getting asked in such interviews. So this is the question that I have discussed in earlier videos also. Again, this question was repeated in this particular interview experience. So this is the code that I have written. I am scrolling down a little bit slow so that you can take the screenshot for the same. So I hope you are taking the screenshot for this. Okay, so now we'll move to the next question, that is what is runtime polymorphism. Guys, again there are four pillars of OOPS, and you must know every pillar so that you can explain in the interview, because in every interview the four pillars of OOPS are definitely asked, and polymorphism is one of that pillar. Now polymorphism is also divided into two parts. One is runtime polymorphism, another one is compile time polymorphism. So in this interview, runtime polymorphism was asked. That is, runtime polymorphism is a process of which takes care of overriding method at runtime rather than compile time. See guys, when we do inheritance, we inherit some features from the parent class. But what if there is a function which has the same name in the parent class as well as the same name in the child class. In that particular thing, the function get overridden. So that particular overridden is done at the runtime. So runtime polymorphism takes care of the overriding method at the runtime rather than the compile time. Okay. In method overriding, a subclass override a method with the same signature as that in its superclass. That is, a subclass that is a child class overrides a method with the same signature, that is with the same name as that in its superclass, or you can say the parent class. So this is what a runtime polymorphism is. So using runtime polymorphism, we can override a particular method in the child class. Okay. The next question was, what is data abstraction? Now again, this is one of the pillar of an OOPS. So these are different questions which can be asked in an interview. So what is data abstraction? See, data abstraction is the process of hiding the details from outside the world and providing information only as much as they are required. So I hope this thing is clear to you. See, we drive a car. We know that when we will apply brakes, the speed of the car will slow down, but we do not know how that particular thing is happening, that how the brakes are connected to the engine and speed. But we know that when we apply brakes, the speed of the car will be less. It means that we only know the details. We only know a slight details using which we can do some task, but we do not know the details behind it, that what are the actual things which are happening behind the scene. So I hope this thing is clear to you what our data abstraction is. Now next was, what are constructors, types of constructor. So we all know that constructors are used to initialize the object. Constructors do not have any return type. Their name is same as the class name. So these are two properties of the constructor, that they do not have any return type and the name is same as the class name. Now there are majorly three types of constructors. One is default constructor, then is copy constructor, and then is parameterized constructor. Okay. Now the next question is, what is the difference between microprocessors and microcontrollers? Guys, this question can be asked from CSC guys also, as this interview experience is of a CSC guy. Okay, so microprocessor consists of only central processing unit, whereas microcontrollers contain a CPU, memory, input, output, all integrated into one chip. So microprocessors only contain the CPU, but microcontrollers contain all the things integrated into a single chip. So this is one of the difference. The next is, microprocessor use an external bus to interface to RAM, ROM, and other peripherals. On the other hand, microcontrollers uses an internal controlling bus. So this is the second difference. I hope this thing is clear to you. Again, whenever difference is asked, make sure that you give at least two difference for the same. Okay. Now the next question was a HR question, that why Infosys. So guys, this question can be asked in any company. You must tell the interviewer that you like the technology on which Infosys is working. The rate of growth in Infosys is much higher as compared to different organizations. So these are all the points you can say in an interview. But again, if you want a precise answer, you can simply Google it. You will find many sample answers for such question. Okay. Now, do you think you are overqualified for this position? So guys, I need not answer this question. It is obvious that you should always say no, that I am not overqualified. I am perfect for this job and I will do the task that a company assigns me. So this was the entire interview experience. Total 12 questions were asked. 40 minutes were given. 40 minutes duration was for this interview. So I hope all the questions are clear to you and all the answers that I have told you are clear to you. So guys, this was it for this video. Please like this video, subscribe my channel, and please join my Telegram group also. So guys, thank you for watching this video.